Have you ever witnessed a moment so extraordinary that it left you in awe? Picture this: a wild horse bound by chains and suffering, rescued by an owner, a veterinarian's noble encounter. In a small village of Romania, a compassionate man, also a highly skilled veterinarian, undertook a remarkable journey. He discovered a helpless foal on the streets and chose to be its savior. Over the span of 6 months, he dedicated himself to fostering the foal, forming a profound bond. When the foal reached maturity, he faced a life-altering decision, releasing the once vulnerable creature back into the wild. After a few years, one fateful day, this veterinarian encountered a new and distressing challenge. He came across a young, wild horse, ensnared in chains that had cruelly sunk into its flesh. The sight was agonizing, demanding immediate action. With a heart as vast as his expertise, he knew he had to act swiftly to prevent further suffering. Approaching the distressed horse with the utmost care, the veterinarian faced a grim reality. The chains wound tightly around the horse's ankles and threatened to cut through its flesh, making intervention imperative. Armed with wire cutters and an abundance of empathy, he embarked on the delicate task of liberating the tormented animal. As the veterinarian looked into the horse's eyes, he was struck by a deep sense of recognition. It was a horse he had once raised and nurtured, a vulnerable foal he had lovingly cared for when it was small. As the foal matured, he made the profound decision to set it free in the wild. The moment the horse saw its former caretaker, a glimmer of recognition filled its eyes, forging a connection that transcended the years that had passed. The initial step in this daring rescue mission was to gently loosen the chains constricting the horse's front hooves. These cruel restraints had been in place for days, tearing into the horse's delicate skin. With meticulous precision and a keen sense of caution, the veterinarian loosened the chains enough to insert his wire cutters between the clasps, commencing the process of setting the horse free from its torment. A painful revelation. As the veterinarian worked tirelessly to free the horse from its torment, he stumbled upon a shocking and painful revelation. Enclosed beneath the chains, between the horse's hooves, was a tangled mess of sharp metal wires. It was evident that this painful entanglement had persisted for an extended period, causing the horse immense suffering. Recognizing the situation's urgency, the veterinarian understood that he couldn't leave the horse in this condition, especially the horse he had raised. With gloved hands and a heavy heart, he commenced the painstaking process of extracting the wire from the center of the horse's foot. The horse winced and vocalized its discomfort, but it seemed to understand that this procedure was essential for its well-being. With one hoof finally liberated from the painful wire entanglement, the veterinarian turned his attention to the other. This time, the horse appeared more at ease, knowing that the pain would eventually subside. The vet meticulously removed all remnants of the wire from the horse's hooves, providing much-needed relief. The horse's transformation. As the last sections of the chain were cut away, the horse let out a sigh of relief. It was finally free from the torment that it had endured for far too long. The veterinarian, a compassionate savior, carefully examined the horse's feet one last time before stepping back to admire his work. What happened next took the veterinarian entirely by surprise. As the beautiful horse realized that it was no longer bound, and the horse remembered its benefactor and savior who raised it when he was very small, it leaned in and affectionately kissed the vet on the face, solidifying the profound connection between them. The vet, caught off guard by this heartwarming gesture, couldn't help but chuckle in amazement. These two had formed an inexplicable bond once again through this act of kindness. The horse's thank you transcended language and spoke to the profound connection between humans and animals. With its chains and pain now in the past, the horse galloped off into the distance, eager to embrace a life free from the cruelty of hunters and horse traps.